Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. Today's reading is going to be something that's very deep within us that we need to remember. So it's also going to tap into something that either needs attention and is going to be something that we just mastered. So we're going to be looking at the laws of Matt. We're going to be getting some advice from RUMI at the end of this reading. So if that sounds good to you, we're going to jump right in. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. I know that the weather where I am at is not great, but it is what it is. It's kind of expected in this area. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to focus on today is something that we have just mastered, okay? So we're going to be looking at that, and then we're going to be looking at what is coming next, something else in addition to that we need to focus on. So Spirit, I'm looking for what did we just master as a collective? Okay, so this says affirmations. So it's also showing all the chakras lit up and radiating out. I love this. I'm getting that this is my or our I am energy, living in the present moment and paying attention and tuning into our bodies. All right, so I'll read a little deeper onto that, but this is something that we're doing solo. So again, we're listening to what our bodies are saying. If there's a pain in a particular area, you're focusing more on that instead of ignoring it or, making the pain worse. Maybe we're saying, why is there pain? So that's beautiful. Paying attention to our bodies more and our energy more. And then let's get into an area that needs more focus at this time for the collective, please. Okay. We have Rainbow Dragon. What a beautiful image. So I'll have to read on that one and see what it is talking about. But both are radiating beautiful energy out of these things. Now, in the dragon, it is coming from the mouth area. So maybe there's something we need to speak up about. And again, that could be something that is within ourselves that needs to be said. Maybe we're sticking up for somebody. Maybe we're sticking up for ourselves. That's what I'm getting with that card there. But both very beautiful images nonetheless. So bottom of the deck here, we do have intuition. So this is what's guiding us throughout both of these things. So as we're looking at what we've mastered and what we're still focusing on, intuition is the guiding principle in all of this. And I love that because that's what we should be doing anyways. When you hear messages from any source, you have to kind of filter it through your intuition and say, does this make sense to me? Does this resonate with me? So again, we're not learning anything that's new. What we're doing is we're remembering the information that already exists within. So let's first start with the affirmations card. And this does represent powerful intentions manifest now and a positive mental attitude. So this is telling me that so many of us have been through, some tough trials and tribulations in our lives. And rather than focus on the negative things that may be coming at us, we have done our best to remain positive through some of these changes. And that is affecting our energy overall. And this does represent the I am presence, which again, to me, it represents you being present in every moment. And maybe in the past, some of us have disassociated is the best way to put it. Like, let's just say we end up in a bad situation or what we perceive to be a bad situation. And rather than working through it in the moment, we may, I'm thinking of the best way to put it. Like you can check out mentally and or physically. okay? So maybe we ran away from a situation. Maybe we mentally went somewhere else and didn't feel present in that moment of going through whatever it was that we were required to go through. So it feels like many of us now are tapping into that I am presence and just living through whatever is occurring right now. We're not so worried about the past anymore. We're not so concerned about the future. Right now is where we are. And so your affirmations for this card is I am the light divine. I am will. I am fixed design. And it does say invoke the I am presence with all your affirmations. So to solidify and anchor the change and transformation that you desire. Using affirmations daily can improve your overall well-being. So maybe for some of you, you're actually looking in the mirror and saying, I am beautiful. I am love. I am intelligent. You know, whatever it is that you need to say to yourself. There's many things that you can say to yourself that will just make you feel those things. And the more you look in the mirror and say them, the more you will actually feel them. And again, that's the difference in just saying the words versus feeling that. Like, do you love yourself? You can look in the mirror and say, I love myself. And if you don't feel that you love yourself, you might not even be able to look yourself in the eye. And that might have been a past feeling of many of the collective here. You know, maybe you did something that makes you feel guilty for something or whatever the thing is that's going on in your life. So by looking at yourself in the mirror, you are happier with who you are now. And again, that is radiating out from you. And it is radiating from all of the chakra points within your body. It's beautiful because you may not be able to see it, but trust me, other people do see it. Okay, so I'm going to get more into detail on this one. This one is about being honest with yourself and others and releasing your burdens. So, being honest requires speaking, okay? I did notice that the energy is coming out of the dragon's mouth. So I do want to read a little bit on this. And this is about connecting to the elements. The dragon is here to assist you in raising your vibration and consciousness through the energy of the elements. As the creator of action, you are encouraged to follow your truth with honesty and integrity. Right now, honesty is required in all areas of your life. When you begin to unburden yourself, you allow yourself to be open to the gifts of the universe. Now is the time to get busy. Ask the elements for assistance to work through your present issues. Which element can help you in your current situation? Focus on the rainbow dragon. Which color are you attracted to? So if you are attracted to the pink or the purple, this represents earth energy. So this is grounding, nature, practical life cycles, balance, and harmony. If you are attracted to white, this is air energy. This is breath and meditation, clarity of consciousness. If you are attracted to the blue, this represents water, accessing and freeing emotion, truth, and expression. If you are attracted to red or orange, this is fire energy, finding your passion. And if you are attracted to purple, this represents spirit, placing you on your life direction, harmonizing yin and yang energies, emergence of one with spiritual law. And this is also identifying patterns and rules governing life, creation, and awareness and higher frequency. So that's what I love about this deck. It does ask you to focus on the image. And it wants you to look at it because there are certain things that may resonate with you. And again, you could almost take the exact same things from this card and apply them to this card. Because each of the chakras have different colors, if there is a color that you are focused on in this card, then you can actually say, maybe that's a chakra that I need to focus on. So again, blue, even in this card, says that it represents needing to speak your truth. So that is your throat chakra. So depending on whatever colors that you resonate with in each of these cards, again, you can call on the elements, you can tap into the energy of each of the chakras. It seems like because this is something over here that we've mastered already, now it's like we're taking it one step further and we're seeing what we can do with it beyond that. All right, that's beautiful. So let's get some tarot over here for the chakra system. And the affirmations. What else do we have to go along with this, please? All right, we have the King of Wands. So that is very passionate, masculine energy. This is telling me that we have stepped into our leadership role. And again, maybe we have found what we're passionate about and we're pursuing it now. Okay? We're not just saying, yep, I'm passionate about whatever the thing is and not doing anything about it. Now you're actually taking affirmative actions towards it. Okay, what else? The Knight of Wands. Yep, that's fast-moving energy again. So this is both very fiery energy. So again, if you were over here attracted to the red and the orange, that is the fire energy. So what are you passionate about? It feels though that we've already figured out what we're passionate about. So maybe you didn't resonate with the orange and the red. If you did, maybe you're still figuring out what you're passionate about or what you can do to attain that, you know, whatever it is. With the Knight of Wands, again, very fast-moving energy, it can be in and out energy. So maybe you go for it and then you second-guess yourself and pull back a little. Then you go for it and then you pull back a little. So with that, this is a little less stable than the king is, because again, the king is sitting on his throne. He already knows what he wants. And I say he, it does not have to be him or masculine energy. That just tends to be what the card represents. But I will say that we've already determined what we're passionate about. Now it's about mastering kind of the steadiness and moving towards it that we're figuring out. And the Knight of Pentacles. Good. So that's perfect because again, this is like earth energy now. And that's almost what the fiery energy needs to be stable, right? Fire can be erratic and, you know, go in every direction. With the earth energy added to it, it's making it a more stable connection, okay? So it's like you have all this passion towards something. And by adding this earth energy to it, it is solidifying it and making it more focused energy, right? I think of like hot lava. Hot lava is a combination of fire and earth energy because you have the hotness, the passion, the fiery energy of, you know, the hot in the lava, but then it's combined with the earth. And it's a more focused, slow flow. I mean, it's just as detrimental, you know, as far as natural disasters go. But once the fire cools off, it went where it needed to go. It finds the flow of life and it's solid. It could even build, you know, a new ground for something. So I find that to be absolutely beautiful. Now, I do want to mention that at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Eight of Cups. So this may represent someone who, in finding what works for them, what they're passionate about and moving towards it, might still be lingering in some sadness of what they had to let go in order to find this passion. Okay? And again, this may go now with what we're still, I'm not going to say struggling with, but still figuring out. Okay? I'm still figuring out how to move forward and be okay with having left behind XYZ, right? But sometimes we have to go search for something new because we've already sampled what's in these cups and decided that none of it is for us. So in that search, it's like we're learning who we are and what we want and moving towards it. But we've also had to give some stuff up. And this could even be you're searching for the truth, right? Maybe what you thought was your truth turned out not to be your truth, and you're relearning now what your truth is. All right. Let's get some tarot on the Rainbow Dragon. And tell me more about speaking our truth, finding our truth, and utilizing the elements. Okay, the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So what this is telling me, again, with the Eight of Cups, what we've lost. Some of us might be focusing more heavily on what we've lost versus what's coming in. So again, that is all mindset. This represents a lack mindset. Like, oh no, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough this. I'm not supported by the universe. I don't feel stable and secure in what I'm going into. I've lost so much. It's hard for me to trust that in losing something, that something much better is going to replace it. All right, and that one. The Knight of Swords. Look at all these knights. So because we have the Knight of Swords now, this is like being in your head a bit much, right? It could signify like I want to move towards something, but my mental capacity is holding me back, which is the opposite of us mastering this I am presence over here. It's a very interesting dynamic here because it feels like how we've gotten so far over here and mastered this, we're still hung up a little bit on some things. Let's see what else we have. The Ace of Cups. Okay. All right. I get it now. And then look at that. The bottom is the Two of Cups. Let's leave that there. So for some of you, this is all about a relationship. I also mentioned that it could be self-love. You're looking in the mirror and you say, I love myself. Maybe it's hard for you to say those words. Maybe you have not been truly loved deeply in a relationship and you don't know what this feels like. It's unfamiliar. Some people prefer chaos or turmoil or anything that represents a familiar or a comfortable feeling, even if it's terrible, over a new uncomfortable feeling because it's uncertainty, right? We don't know where this is going to lead. Spirit is here to try to help you through this, okay, with this new cup of love here. And even may be sending you a partner that matches your energy. But some of us are, again, hung up on loss or a lack mentality. I don't have enough of this. I will not always be provided for. We're in our heads. Okay? But the love is here. And again, one thing I say on this channel all the time is fill your own cup up with love before you fill someone else's. That's what this card's all about. Let's look at the two of them together. Here's your cup with love, and it's overflowing, right? You're like, I love myself so much. And then all of a sudden, this other person shows up with their overflowing cup, and you share it. You give from the excess. If you don't have the self-love within yourself, you certainly cannot share an empty cup with someone when there's nothing in it. So this is a major thing that we're working on. And again, I feel that this is a very unfamiliar feeling to the majority of us out there. It is what it is. Okay, we have the Magician underneath this. So it's like you manifested this partner that matches you equally, but you don't know what to do with it. It's kind of like you're afraid to fumble it, is what I'm getting. And maybe some of you haven't spoken up about whatever this is, you know? It's almost like a secret admirer who admires from a distance and is like, I can't go tell them how I feel because I'm afraid. And you know what? It is what it is. Nobody's forcing you to do that. It's interesting that I came here to do a spiritual reading and it turned into a love reading. I feel like it always goes there anyways. But Spirit wanted this message to come out. Like, guess what? You manifested this perfect, ideal partner. They're in your life. But one or both of you is afraid. I don't know what the fear is from. I'm getting that it's from something that you lost in the past. Again, it could have been a relationship. I'm also getting that because of this energy here, you know, we could also reference this as a relationship sense. Maybe the energy that you've had in the past has been very in and out, right? It's very fiery and very passionate, but it doesn't last long. And so this stable offer comes through and you don't know what to do with it. You're like, oh crap, this is scary. All right, I'm not going to dwell too much more onto that, but I will put these down in the middle here. Okay. Look at this. Underneath that was the Nine of Cups. We're just going to leave that too. I'm getting that for some of you too. You're like, man, I am happy by myself. I don't want to share or mingle my happiness with someone else at this time. And again, maybe you are not ready. And I don't know why, but here we are, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is all about, again, mental energy, but cutting off what needs to be cut off when it needs to be cut off. I'm getting that some of us have done this in their lives and went to go do it in this situation, but like paused for a second. Like, oh, I'm gonna cut it. No, maybe I don't want to cut this one off. And there's hesitation. And if there is hesitation, that in itself should be some sort of indicator that maybe there's something here worthwhile. What an interesting spread we have here. You manifested this partner, they showed up, and you're like, whoa, I'm kind of happy being alone. I'm not quite sure I'm ready to intermingle my energy and my happiness with someone else. Wow. All right. All right, I'm pulling now from the Living with a Feather Heart. These are the laws of Matt. So I advance through my own abilities. I'm going to read on these. I'm only going to pull two. I'm going to do one for each side. And then give me one for this rainbow dragon side. Thank you. I follow my inner guidance. Love it. Because again, we got intuition that came up on the bottom of the deck for those. All right, so let's read on the I advance through my own abilities. So Hermeticism speaks of the notion of all truths being half false and every falsehood being half true. This can be seen and understood when looking at the Devil card and the Lovers in the tarot. At first glance, one may view the Devil card as a representation of pure evil, darkness, and all things relating to fear. But upon closer examination, we find that while relating to the denser qualities of the life experience, the true meaning of the card is what we allow to bind us to lesser worlds. The Devil, which the inverted pentagram represents, forcing will into existence by inverting natural law. The chains worn around the neck of the man and the woman standing underneath the devil's throne are loose enough for either to take off at any time. Yet out of fear, they remain shackled. Their desires have inverted their natural instincts and the inherent wisdom of love as the fuel of the divine and the vehicle with which you may journey into any desire, as long as it is rooted in true wisdom of the heart. The lovers is the opposing one to the devil, and while some may interpret this card as the notion of lovers in the sense of a romantic relationship, metaphorically speaking, it relates to the alchemical force that radiates in your actions and desires. When love takes precedence over fear, and wisdom is the primary desire, manifestations fluidly materialize with ease as the light of the sun radiates vision into the path ahead. In applying these metaphors to advancing through your own abilities, one must remember the root of each desire that we wish to advance toward and ask if it is aligned with love or with fear. When a desire is fear-based, it may cause sinful actions, which are lies, deceit, cheating, and the use of darker forces, which ultimately stain the spirit, weigh down the heart, and lose the light of divine harmony in the void of ego's need for validation. However, if a desire is based in love, then we are in tune with nature's song, the will of Matt, the lightness of being, and the visionary state of virtue. The infinite expansiveness of imagination allows for heaven on earth as we find faith in our own abilities. Love being the will of the divine. Creativity being the soul expressed in such a way that allows every spirit to soar toward freedom with a feather heart, liberated from fear of judgment. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So when I saw this Five of Cups and I mentioned that it is a lack mentality or a fear of loss, I don't necessarily believe that fear is the opposite of love, but it has been said in that way in some context, right? So the devil card is, I think of it as our vices. What are we allowing to chain us and hold us back? If we're moving forward with our intent and we have any air of deceit behind it rather than truth, then we're going to find more deceit. We're going to find more lies. You know, you have to really just, again, with this I am presence, focus on your intentions. When I do something, when I interact with someone, what are my intentions behind it? Am I trying to have the best outcome? Am I doing it with honor, with truth, with dignity, with love? These are kind of things that you can focus on as you're going through your daily life, just to kind of figure out where you stand in that. Again, with the lack mentality, maybe some of us are still chained or bound by something in our life that is holding us back and preventing us from fully diving into this. Okay? I don't know what that means for each of you. It could be different things. It could be, again, a lack mindset. It could be indulgences. And yes, it could be fears. And a lot of the fears of what I'm getting is loss. So either something you've lost previously, or maybe it's even a fear of losing this. Like, well, every relationship I've been in the past, I've lost. So therefore, my brain's overacting and going, I therefore will lose this too. So that is something within the mindset that needs to be corrected. Okay? Because, again, I did a love reading not too far recently, and it was kind of like somebody who's just overthinking the situation and afraid to jump in because I don't know, there's many reasons we're afraid to jump in, right? Afraid to kind of give your whole self. Maybe in the past you gave your whole self and the person took it for granted, you know? There's many reasons that we are afraid to get into situations. All right, let's move on to this one. I feel like this one is pretty straightforward. It is about following your inner guidance. So, intuition, in conjunction with all other working parts of the conscious mind, brings total awareness. And through cultivation of awareness and the ideal of inner guidance, we are led to a deepening of awareness of self and the self's strategic relationship to the totality of the all. So, this is about trusting our inner guidance. So, again, you're being led somewhere. You manifested something. And even if this is not an external relationship, this again could be your inner masculine and feminine balance, right? You manifested this. You did the work. You worked on both sides of yourself. And you're making sure that everything is in balance, in check. But there might also be some fear attached to that. And that's okay. What we're being guided to do through this I am presence is to work through it. Okay? Look at the fear in the face and say, why are you here? What do I need to know about this fear and why is it coming up? And address it head on. Because once you address it head on, okay, I just got a message here about this dragon. Like, you are looking at this fear like it's this giant dragon. And it's really not as big as you're making it out to be. Okay, again, it's with the overthinking of some stuff. It's not a terrible situation. Your mind, your ego is creating it to be a terrible situation. And it's almost putting fear behind your intentions. But if you come from your heart and put love forward first, you can't fail. And this is difficult to explain because it's more of a feeling. So if you know, you know, right? If you know that you're fearful of something, but you do it anyways, that's okay. Sometimes that's what courage is. You're pushing through the fear and you're making it happen anyways. But don't keep going through the fear. That's kind of the message here. At some point, yes, you're fearful in the beginning. But as long as there's love behind it, that fear will just melt away like hot butter in a pan. I don't know why that came to me. All right. Let's close this reading out with a RUMI oracle. Give me a RUMI oracle, please. Let's close this reading out for the collective. This one. Okay. We have Sacred Soul Sister. Okay. When you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. When you are conscious, you are depressed like fall. When you are beyond consciousness, the winter cold feels like spring. All your wavering is due to your longing to be stable. Look for instability until you become stable. Wow. That is like beautiful because it really does tie into what I was saying over here. It literally ties all this together, and it is such a beautiful message. And thank you, Rumi. I feel like that's exactly what we needed to hear. I'm going to keep going a little bit. I love you. I am your other self. I am with you always, your partner on this soul journey. I am the you that you do not see. I am the you that speaks through intuition and instinct. I whisper and sing and shout my crazed truth-telling to you. Through your dreams, through your body, I am the you that is wise, that trusts in life, that knows. I am the you that sees reality rather than appearance. I am the you that knows how to be happy and free. Wow. What I am getting from this is like your inner self. It's your intuition, it's your guiding principles, right? If you can trust that and move towards that, then all will be well. Like that. So this oracle comes as confirmation that your knowing, mysterious as it is your sacred soul sister talking through you. Trust it and act, or not, accordingly. Wow. So this could be your other half of you. Again, your intuition. So for those of you where this is not an external situation, relationship, this is like your inner self begging you to do things from a place of love. It's like your inner guidance system saying, I just want to dance with life. I'm here to help you, to show you that. Like if any particular day you are called to just go out into the woods one day and dance naked or something, go do it. Like that might be your somatic release. Like I just need to do this to feel awesome and amazing with myself, right? If this is an external situation, I feel like we are still trusting our guiding principles and still following our inner guidance and intuition as we move towards a person. This is the person you manifested. But some of us are worried that because we're already happy by ourselves, that this other person can't possibly make us more happy. Or the other twist that I'm getting with that is maybe you see the other person as happy. And that you feel by joining them that how could I make them more happy than they already are? They already look happy by themselves. Like I'm not going to be adding anything to their situation. And again, that's kind of the fear mentality. So, Spirit's advice to you here is if you are being guided towards something, there is a reason for it. Trust that. And Rumi's oracle just tied it all together with a bow here. Like, yep, your soul already knows the way. Just trust that and go with it. If there's any hesitancy, it's your ego trying to be like, wait, that's not safe. Remember last time? It wasn't safe. So instead of letting your head lead you on this journey, try leading with your heart. That is your advice. And it's not from me, it's from Spirit. It's from Rumi. It's from the laws of Matt, the laws of the universe, right? It's not me saying these things. I am your vessel, your guiding principle. I'm just here to deliver the messages. All right. I just want to thank you so much, Collective, for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and love. So much love. Make sure you're filling your own cup up with love before you fill someone else's. And make sure you go within so you never go without. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.